Hi, I'm Linda with Wines, Pines, and Canines. So about a month ago, Troy and I decided to make some bathroom renovations here in our GeoPro Camper 19FBS. And a few weeks ago, we posted a video where we changed out the plastic commode to a porcelain one. We love that upgrade, and today we're continuing on. We are changing out the white plastic sink and low faucet that was in here to a more contemporary stainless model. We're really excited about that one. And towards the end of the video, I'm going to make one other small change that I think is going to finish off this bathroom. So here it is, completely installed. Now this one is a 10 by 13 stainless sink and a higher arc faucet. Bought both of them off of Amazon. I think they were around $100 for the two. Now there were a few reasons I wanted to do this. One was I saw the newer GeoPros actually come with this stainless sink and a little bit different of a faucet, and I really liked the look. Second of all, that old white plastic sink was just getting gouged and scratched, and the faucet that came with it was so low you really couldn't get anything underneath it. I am so happy with the install. Troy's going to give you a quick walkthrough of how we did it, and then I'm going to be back with the final renovation to this bathroom.
First thing I did was run around and turn the camper water off before I started. Then I opened up all the spigots in this camper and on the outside to bleed off any water that I had in the lines. And I'm working right next to a GFCI receptacle. Considering we are dealing with water, I went ahead and turned the power off to the camper as well. Because we were moving the faucet and the sink, I went ahead and pulled the P-trap off the sink next. And at that point, I reached under there to the underside of the faucet and unthreaded the hot and cold lines that feed the faucet from underneath. They're only hand tight, real easy to do. At that point, there's two little nuts that are underneath this faucet that kind of hold it to the underside of the countertop. I threaded those off, removed those. At that point, I could lift that faucet straight out. Next step for me was to go ahead and remove the sink clips and on the bottom of the countertop that attached the sink to the bottom of the countertop. From there, we just lift the sink out after we take a razor knife and break the seal on the silicone on the countertop. Before we get started with the rest of the install video, I wanted to take a second to talk about a change I made right in the middle. This tailpiece and pop-up came with the faucet. Really nice. Unfortunately, the bore of it was a little wider than the bore available in the sink, and the length of it was longer than I could use. So I went down to the local Ace Hardware, bought a 5-inch typical one, stainless by 1.25 inches wide. Now it works perfectly, and we would have had to make some changes to the sink had we not made this change in the middle. I'm going to take some plumber's putty and put it around the inside of this flange. Then when I flip this guy over, I'm going to set this down in there. Now for the moment, it's going to be kind of messy, and as I tighten up the nut on the back side, it's really going to squeege out all the way around the perimeter. I'll remove that at the end, but this makes a really nice water seal on the bottom of this sink. Now I'm going to take this O-ring, run it down. Now I'm going to take the nut, run it up. Now I've got the tailpiece in. I'm going to tighten it up, get a nice watertight seal. Now we're going to start the install. First off, we place the new faucet and the sink in the countertop. Then I'm going to attach the faucet to the countertop with those locking nuts. And then I'm going to attach the hot and cold water lines. Next up is attaching the sink clips to secure the new sink to the countertop. These are the sink clips. It's just easier before you go ahead and adhere the sink down to the countertop. Now this is one type of sink clip that uses a piece of all thread, a little bracket, and a wing nut. There's lots of different styles, but if you can, you want to pre-assemble this before you get under there laying on your back. These sink clips are very, very small and very awkward to install. This will probably be the hardest thing about this project. As it turns out, I had to call for reinforcements. My vision isn't that good and my fingers are too fat. So Linda had to sit under here and put them on because I just wasn't capable of doing it. Now I'm going to reattach the P-trap to the bottom of the sink and test for leaks. When I had to test for leaks, I was surprised to find out that on the cold water side, I did have one. So on the faucet, I had to take the P-trap back off, take the supply to the cold side of the faucet, take it back off. The little O-ring had to be adjusted, threaded the water supply back onto the faucet, put the P-trap back in, tested for leaks again, no problems. Everything was good at this point, so I went ahead and put a small bead of silicone, clear silicone, around the rim of the sink, connecting it to the countertop. It's been about a week since I put the new faucet in and the sink. We're real happy with it. To be on the safe side, we did a short little shakedown cruise, went to a small local campground and stayed for a couple days. No problems at all. So I'm real happy with it. Now Linda's got a couple things she wants to talk about.
Now also, you really can't do a bathroom renovation without cleaning what's here. It was amazing how filthy this fan had gotten just from a few trips. So we went ahead and took it down by just twisting these little clips. Then it just pulls right down and we scrubbed this thing pretty well. Both the screen and then wiped up there and wiped off all the blades and inside. It makes a world of difference in here. One of the earliest changes that we did make in this camper was to change out the cheap plastic shower head over to an Oxygenics Fury. We really like this one. You can change the nozzle for the spray pattern, and then it has a little on-off switch in the back, which is real nice to conserve water. So far we've been really happy with this one, and this is one of the reasons we decided to upgrade the rest of the bathroom to make it all nice and contemporary.
So there you have it. Bathroom renovation is complete and it looks wonderful.
Yeah, we are very pleased with it. Now, there was one final change that we made, and that was to the shower curtain. There were two reasons. One is winter's coming and I just really like the snowflakes in the mountain scenes. The other reason, though, was the fact that the old one was 72 inches long, so we were finding we were always stepping on it. This one I found was only 70 inches long, so it just hits the floor.
All right, so all of our chores are done. Can we finally head out west?
Well, we might have a few more to do. So if you'd like to see what's coming up, please remember to
like and subscribe.
And Desi here, he always wants you to hit that notification bell.
Oh, I wasn't taping. Okay, upside down, water in the face. This is good stuff. When you go